Hello, welcome to Spark Joy Astrology. I hope you're having a beautiful new moon in Cancer day. It is July 17th, 2023. And friends, it's been a while since I've been here in YouTube land joining you on Spark Joy Astrology. I went on an adventure of the most epic proportions last week. I went to Mexico and joined a spouses retreat for veterans where we did some incredible soul work, friends, through the use of a hero's journey in psilocybin and then also a cacao ceremony. Through the uses of indigenous ceremonies, I was able to transport myself into a whole new reality. So today is my day of integrating back into using the internet and getting back into real world things, which I'm not gonna lie is a little challenging. I could totally just dissolve into nature and disappear. So happy though to finally be back with you for some really exciting astrology today, friends. We have some big things happening on the tail of the new moon. Our nodes move out of where they've been for the last 18 months, which is Taurus and Scorpio, and they are moving into Aries and Libra. The north node in Aries, the south node into Libra. The nodes actually do move backwards, not like the planets where they're moving in one direction, the nodes go the opposite direction. And where the nodes are on in the sky is actually a line. It's a mark on the sky is from where the moon and the sun intersect. So it is where the eclipses will be happening in this new eclipse cycle in Aries and Libra. And Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It is the initiator, go, do energy. It is our really our individual nature. And Libra, it really has to deal with how we come into partnership. So this axis is going to be really pushed and pulled this next eclipse cycle and asking us to hone in on our individuality and our relationships and how we express ourselves in those two spaces. So let's dive into the astrology of the day. The moon starts the day at 19 degrees, making her first aspect at 2:35 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. She comes into a square with Chiron. Chiron's in Aries, so we have this north node moving into Aries later on today, but what's beautiful is that first the moon starts the day with checking into Chiron. Chiron's going to get a new energy up level once the nodes move into Aries, or the north node rather moves into Aries. We are going to be looking at Chiron energy more intensely in our own lives. We're going to be working through the purpose of healing pain and wounds a little bit more intensely in the next 18 months as those moon's nodes move through these new signs. Okay, so Chiron and the moon squaring. Right off the bat, 2:35 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, we are being asked to look at what is painful in our lives. Where can we up level through looking at this pain, through transmuting this pain? So that's our first aspect, friends. At 6:49 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, Mercury at 11 degrees of Leo squares Jupiter at 11 degrees of Taurus. Whenever you have Jupiter involved, even if it's a square, there's always benevolence involved. Jupiter is grand expansion energy. So this particular transit we'll feel for a couple days. It's not including the moon, so the moon's just a few hours, 4 hours or so of that energy wave. But because these planets move a little slower, Mercury and Jupiter, we have this flavor in our sky for a couple days. So this big view optimism, that's what Jupiter is bringing in. But with the square to Mercury, we're being asked to also look at the fine details. Don't let those dissolve away, but to really hone in on balancing the big view as well as the small view. So new facts may come into view with this new aspect aligned. So an understanding, new facts bring in this understanding to help you make choices in that expansive grand way that Jupiter wants us to move towards. Okay, at 7:21 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, the moon moves to 22 degrees, and here she makes a sextile to Uranus at 22 degrees of Taurus, stimulating emotions. This is a positive aspect, but it could bring in chance encounters, aha moments. It's really lightning bolt energy. So revelations are available to us around our intimate encounters, our intimate emotional connections, our families, our bodies, the moon representing all of this yin yumminess. So stimulating your emotions early on in the morning, getting us ready for the new moon that comes in at 12:32 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time at 24 degrees of Cancer. The moon and the sun come together in union, and in this union, in the darkness of the new moon seeds can be planted. So friends, when Cancer is involved, we are working with the yin energy of the zodiac, the pureness of that yin. So planting seeds in a Cancer moon is very nurturing for ourselves. So if you can really get into a place today where you can actually nurture yourself, maybe sitting in the earth, on the earth, in the earth, drinking some sort of beautiful beverage that makes you feel uplifted and wonderful. I've been recently brewing kombucha for the first time in years, and that has been so good for my soul. But just definitely taking a moment to get into receptive yin yumminess. So, you know, breathing, feeling, hearing the sounds around you are really a beautiful way to access this yin energy. But, you know, try to get out of that do energy and just sit, just receive around 12:32 a.m. and get intentional with what sort of seeds you want to plant. What do you want to manifest with this potent yin energy of the zodiac? Okay, friends, at 5:32 p.m. the moon moves to 27 degrees, where she makes a trine to Neptune at 27 degrees. Neptune is going retrograde in Pisces. This is a sensitive energy. A trine wants us to expand into our intuition, into our emotional nature, and really tap into creativity, into divinity, friends. True divinity is tapped in through that access point of infinite creativity, potentials that are unlimited. So today around 6 p.m., we'll say that, Mountain Daylight Time, fantasies may come into your daydreaming mind. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, so it definitely can bring in love. So fantasies around love, around your ideal partner. This is something to sink into as far as your imagination and really work with possibly manifesting, 6 months later when this new moon energy becomes a full moon and that cycle is peaked. So planting seeds, using your intuition, oh, so gorgeous. And you know what? I forgot, we need to backtrack. So this is 6 p.m. 2 p.m., friends, a huge shift is happening. One of the biggest ones of the entire year is happening today. Today at 2 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, our moon's nodes shift. And this is what I was speaking to at the beginning of the video. So North Node in Taurus is now moving out of Taurus, North Node into Aries, initiating independence, leadership, innovation. This is a time in our life that we feel empowered. But because the South Node is now moving into Libra, we also have to always have that check of, are we balancing our relationships? Are we keeping ourselves, our independent, wanting to, bust into this new innovative energy? Are we staying grounded in our commitments to others? So this energy is special today, friends. It starts this new 18-month transit of the moon's nodes moving through Aries and Libra. And I can tell you the last time that our moon's nodes were in these particular places was between 2004 and 2006. So if you can go back and think about what was happening in your life during those 3 years, this particular cycle is coming back now, friends. So those themes you visited will be revisited, but in a new way, right? We've done a lot of work since then. A new us is now venturing through these cycles of energy. So you will revisit similar themes, but with this whole new you at the helm of your life's ship, how will you ride through these waves? For me, big changes. In 2004 to 6, I graduated college, I bought a house, I got married. And so, I'm excited to see what's happening in this next phase. I feel all of that happening. I feel a job shift happening. I feel commitment happening soon to my partner, who I'm already married to, but we've never had a ceremony. So I feel that on the horizon. So very exciting. I hope you can get introspective with your last cycle and then really dial in on what's to come. Okay, so 2 p.m. big shifts happening. The North Node moving into Aries, and there it is with Chiron now. A lot of healing's on the table. It has been this whole month, and I think for this next 18 months it is on that silver platter as well, friends. Okay, so now that our moon's nodes are at 29 degrees, they've moved into this new axis. We have a lot of check-ins at this particular degree. At 9:06 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, the moon opposes Pluto at 29 degrees. So this is an intense aspect, friends. Pluto is our soul's desires, the deepest, darkest parts of our wants and needs. It's our sexual nature, it's our obsessive nature, it's our, the gold of alchemizing these shadowy aspects of ourselves helps us to become our most enriched, empowered self. So when the moon is opposing Pluto, we have this emotional tug and pull on ourselves, on our emotional nature. Oftentimes secrets are revealed in this tug and pull, but soul's deepest desires are activated in this. So inner turmoil may be part of the game, but it's asking us to really look at that push and pull, to really dial in on what it is that we want. And Pluto is actually moving in towards squaring the north nodes, right? We have them at 29, Pluto's at 29. They're not quite exact by minutes and seconds yet, but as of yesterday, they came into range to where they are starting to feel this square of Pluto to the nodes. A square to the nodes with any planet is a skipped step karmically when it comes to the energy of that planet. So we're looking at skipped steps of our deepest soul's yearning and desires. Big stuff, friends. This particular aspect comes into exactness on July 22nd, which is a powerful day because on July 22nd, Venus goes retrograde. The following day, Chiron goes retrograde. So the universe is going to be asking us to go sit in our corner and really look at what it is our soul is really desiring, really wanting. And this new chapter with the nodes moving into this new axis is allowing us to bring that in, friends. This energy of Aries is like a match being lit. It brings in this whole new energy, this new, exciting energy. So very, very exciting things happening. Our subconscious emotions are being activated through this opposition of the moon and Pluto. And then between 10:05 and 10:30, depending on if you look at the true nodes or not, the moon comes into a square to the nodes. And I just mentioned, whenever a planet squares the nodes, it's an opportunity to look at a karmic skipped step. And so with the emotional nature of the moon squaring the nodes now at this time, we're looking at these subconscious emotions that are coming to the surface that need to be integrated. It's a chance to integrate past emotional challenges. And it's a beautiful, beautiful day, friends, because this day ends at 10:39 p.m. with the moon moving out of Cancer and into Leo. Leo has been a hot house as far as the lovers and Black Moon Lilith working on our fears, all working in Leo for a while. But Mars exited Leo, and I didn't get to talk to you about that because I was on my retreat last week. But Mars is out of Leo. He's traveling in Virgo with Pallas Athena. So this strategic action towards wellness is happening with Mars now. And Venus is getting ready to retrograde, right? So she's moving pretty slow now. She's at 28 degrees, and she's going to start going retrograde on the 22nd, on that big day when the Pluto squares our nodes. And yeah, so she is there, as well as we have Mercury and Black Moon Lilith also in Leo. Leo is the heart. It is our truest love and desires. Again, love and desire. This is a huge theme right now in our lives. Our soul's yearning, our deepest desires are being looked at right now. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to look at them, friends. Honor what is coming up. Work through the challenge. Pluto wants you to transmute the gunk, the hell, so that you can take that gold and rise above and integrate all the beautiful lessons to be your enriched, beautiful, powerful self. So friends, with all this intensity in the sky today, I wish you the most beautiful new moon in Cancer. Oh, I just got back from Mexico and I just feel like a whole new human, a whole new me, and I'm wishing and hoping that you also are feeling this energy. It is ripe in the cosmos, friends, and ripe in your heart, so you just need to pick that fruit and take a big bite of that juicy, delicious, ripe fruit. Sending you so much love, so much joy, and so much light, and I'm glad to be back. Mwah!